Beep Boop Bop Beer. Welcome back for a special episode of the Summer Villain Brewcast. I'm your host, Alex Rogers, and today we are coming to you from Beerworks in Boston. It's Mass Beer Week, and we're here to attend a special event hosted by Crafted Company. Joining us today is Christine Healy, CEO and founder of Crafted Company. Hello, Christine.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I am great. We just made it through our third Mass Beer Week event, so very excited about that.
Yeah, it's fantastic beers here, and as you'll see from our post earlier, a very wide array of very creative and awesome beers. So kudos to Beerworks for doing that. Very awesome event. So where else have you been this week?
So we started off on Tuesday at Battle Road in Maynard, and that was part of our Middlesex County series. And then last night we were at Shoveltown in Easton, kicking off our Bristol County series. And tonight we're at Beerworks for our Suffolk County series, closing out the week.
Fantastic. So just diving right in, what exactly is Crafted Company?
So Crafted is an events and marketing company that focuses on working with craft brands. So we have really been focused on working with breweries in Massachusetts on their events and marketing, and we do this signature event series, Beers with the Brewers, that we take to breweries all over Massachusetts and taste their beers, learn a little bit more about what they're doing, and get some more background on what's going on.
Yeah, and I love the presentation each time. So I've been to a couple of them now, and it's really nice to hear from the people who are actually brewing the beers, their creative inspiration behind them, and the unique flavors that they're bringing to the market. That's very crowded, but somehow they're very creative each time they're bringing them to us.
Definitely.
So, what actually inspired you to start crafting?
So I've been in event planning for a bit now. I love planning events. Definitely where I see myself working for a long time. And I was working with tech startups before, so not too far off from what a brewery is.
Right.
And I started going to breweries in Massachusetts and just thought they were the coolest spaces that you could host an event at. So those two worlds started to collide, and when I got to the point that I wanted to launch my own events company, I thought that focusing on craft beer would be a great way to kind of serve that market. That obviously beer and events goes really well together, but oftentimes breweries are working with a really small team, so I was hoping that I could come in and offer a lot of event support to a lot of breweries in the area. So.
Right, and there are so many. I know you've done several of these events. Do you have any idea how many you've done so far?
So I think with our events this week, we're up to about 20.
Wow.
So we launched last June, so in a little under a year, we've done about 20 breweries, and I'm hoping that we can kind of build on that momentum and do a whole bunch more in the next coming year.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I really love the interactive nature because you get a good chance to talk to people that are actually brewing the beer and get to learn what's going on in their minds when they're making these things. And not only the beer itself, but like the atmosphere that surrounds it, the culture itself. You get to learn a lot about that as well.
Yep.
Some little basic housekeeping stuff. Where can people find information about your upcoming events?
So our website is craftedcompany.com, and there's no E in Crafted. That was my cool idea for naming a company, which is maybe a little silly because people want to spell crafted the right way. So CRAFTD company.com. You'll find us. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're there. And also sign up for our newsletter on our site. That way you get emails about all of our upcoming events.
So as an entrepreneur, what advice would you give others thinking of starting on their own journeys to pursue their passion?
So I would say the biggest thing for me, especially being in the tech startup scene and then getting more and more into the brewery scene, was just talking to as many people as possible and getting advice, learning more about the industry, learning about, I'm talking to you, who's the next person that I need to talk to. So just being a sponge and taking as many coffee dates, beer dates as you can, and just learning from all these great people that have been in the industry. Fortunately for me, the craft beer industry is filled with people that want to help other people get into the industry and get their own thing started. So it's been a really smooth transition.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a very they want to help other people out kind of atmosphere. Every time you go to a brewery, it's all about the community, like what they're bringing in from their local community. And that sort of leads me to the next question: is what help, if any, did you receive from these local breweries whenever you were starting up crafting?
Yeah. Well, first off, with the model of what our events are, um, the brewers that are at our events are giving up their time and spending. Even tonight, the brewer spent at least an hour and a half, almost 2 hours with us, just
Right.
talking about beer, talking about what he was so passionate about. Um, so first off, they're giving their time to Craft It and to our event attendees, which I'm so grateful for because that's what the events are all about. And then secondly, it's been a great sort of snowball effect where I'll meet the brewers at one brewery and they'll give me a little testimonial to their friends that they know at other breweries. So
Right, because everybody seems to know everybody in this industry. and
everyone
that's-
knows everyone. So it's been wonderful. And even now when I reach out to people, they'll say, oh yeah, we've heard about Beers with the Brewers. You did it at XYZ Brewery. We heard they had a great time. We're really interested in bringing it here. So it's been a great support that way.
So, what type of experience can your participants get if they that they can't get from going to the breweries themselves? So, what makes crafted events stand out from just your standard visit to a brewery?
Yeah, I would say it's really just the environment that we're creating. We're kind of you can go to a brewery and talk to whoever is behind the bar and they'll answer questions for you. I think on one hand, maybe a lot of people aren't too comfortable with taking that initiative and diving in and asking all the nitty-gritty questions. So I think we just set up this cool environment with craft beer lovers or people that want to learn more about craft beer. And the entire point is to learn more about what's going on behind the scenes, why the brewery is there, how they got their start. And we have this environment that really does encourage questions. So I think people just get a lot more time and a lot more in-depth knowledge on the breweries that they're visiting that you wouldn't necessarily get if you were just stopping by for a beer.
Right, and we saw that firsthand tonight when we covered the Beer Works event. It was, again, so amazing to be able to sit there and have that interactive session with a brewer and bring you something he's very proud of brewing, talk about the history behind it, ideas about where they'd like to go. It's a much more, I think, from experiencing this twice now, a much more in-depth experience when you go to one of your events. So I definitely encourage everyone, obviously, to go to do these. They're not something you're typically going to get from going to just a normal tap room or brewery event. It's really fun. So what type of event has actually proven to be the most popular for you?
So I have been pretty focused on these Beers with the Brewers events right now. So more that tasting, beer chat style event. So more of a beer education and social event.
Right.
I think moving forward we'll probably get more into those social events, so it's really just maybe a little bigger crowd and a little less formal, the technical aspect of brewing beer and all of that, and more just about being in a great environment and enjoying the beer and enjoying the people you're drinking it with.
Right. So are there any plans for expansion, or what can we expect as the next thing to come from the company?
So the big things that I'm focused on right now, so our events are grouped by county, and we group our series that way. So last night we launched our 4th series for Beers with Brewers. So this year, planning to launch a few more of those county Beers with Brewers series. The other side of the company is our consulting with local breweries. So adding more breweries that we're working with in terms of supporting their events and marketing efforts. And the third thing I think is expanding maybe beyond the Boston market and the Massachusetts market. So hopefully we'll be trying some new spots out.
I think Crafted's going to be a name you'll be hearing a lot around you.
Let's hope so.
Finally, and this is the one we cover with everyone, it's the really tough one. What are your favorite beers?
So I had a little bit of trouble when you kind of
Oh,
put that on
it's
the
the
radar.
spotlight question. It's
I
it's the
know.
biggest trap we could possibly lay for each person we're talking to. So we'd love to set that. So.
Oh gosh, you're trying to trap everyone. So actually, I wanted to think about the beers that I actually drank this week in our
Right.
Beers and Brewers series. So I'm cheating a little bit, and I'm going to name 3.
No, go for it.
So on Tuesday night at Battle Road, we had their farmhouse ale saison,
Right.
Barrett's, and that was amazing. So that was my favorite on Tuesday night. Last night at Shoveltown, their Fly Away IPA was awesome. And then tonight we had another saison. Let's see, where was it? It's on the menu here. Zest for Life. Was
Oh, yeah,
awesome.
that was fantastic. Yeah, just the floral notes of it, and it's so strange. Like there are a lot of saisons going around right now, and
Right.
they're very popular, but everyone's doing them very distinctly. It's very cool.
I never think of saisons when I'm out.
You don't, yeah, but they're great.
A drink, but I think I'm gonna have to try some more saisons out there.
Yeah, I think it's sort of changed my opinion of it too. Is that it's become not, like you said, not what I would search out when I'm going out for a beer. Like I'm not going out for I'm having a saison, but when I see it on the menu, I'm like, ooh, there's a saison. So I think that's starting to pique the interest of a lot of people. Yeah. So again, fantastic event.
Thank you.
Fantastic branding as well. You talked a little bit about crafted without the E. I think it's very cool, actually.
Cool.
So do you do your own marketing and then that kind of stuff?
Yep. So right now it's a one-woman show. That's another way I hope we'll be expanding. I hope we'll be adding to our team so that we can support more breweries and do more cool events.
I think you're doing a hell of a job on a one-woman operation, so it's very, very awesome. So yeah, this has been a fantastic event, and thanks for sitting down with us today.
Thank you so
Again,
much.
this is Christine Healy of Crafted Company. Definitely go check her out on Facebook, social media, and
CraftedCompany.com.
craftedcompany.com. No E. No E. You will go to the wrong place. So you can email your questions, comments, concerns, and rants to us at somervillandbrewcast@gmail.com, and please follow us on Twitter at svbrewcast and on Instagram at Somerville and Brew Alliance. Also visit our website and buy some swag at www.somervillandbrewcast.com. Thanks to everyone for listening. Until next time, beep, boop, bop, beer.